showtime!
Got a little bit of gasoline. Got a little bit of gasoline.
So when men, like when they try to smash another man's wife, to me it's fucked up. But when women go after another woman's husband, there's a moral code being broken between women, in my opinion. When I see this stuff, so if a person, so if a person says, you know, they their preference,
it works both ways.
Okay, but that doesn't sound like what Chris is saying.
But no, because if a person is basically they're targeted married men, and that lacks integrity, in my opinion, because you shouldn't target.
About what you just said. You said there's a double standard. So if a man does it, you were like, if a man does it,
it's still fucked up. No, it's still fucked up, and we be trying to kill niggas and fight dudes and stuff like that. But to me, just from my view, not all the time. It's like women, they always talking about their men cheating, stuff like that. So there's a certain code that women are supposed to uphold with each other. So if you're targeting married men as a woman, then yeah, I don't see any integrity. Because you're purposely targeting married men. That's not normal. There
are a lot of married women who purposely look for married men.
That's true too. Man, that's why I say, listen.
See, that's why I'm trying to understand.
That's different. That's completely different.
Why is it different? If we're talking about integrity and morals, why is it different?
Because if you are already in a relationship and you're married and you are looking to cheat with someone married, that's a bit different as opposed to being single.
Right.
And so what that tells me is if someone's cheating, yeah, I want to cheat with someone that has something to lose like I do. I don't want to cheat with someone who's single and is wild and carefree. I'd rather cheat with someone that has to have the same level of discretion that I do. So to me, that's just sort of like leverage. It's all
so I can be married
anyway,
and be a homewrecker, but I can't be single and be a homewrecker.
Who said that?
That's what you're saying, because you said it's different. You just said it's different. You said that if it's different because it makes sense that if I'm married and I'm looking for another married person, then because that makes sense. But if you're single,
we're both homewreckers. Let's be clear.
Yeah. So, and they both like integrity.
Why is it different? That's what I'm trying to
because we're saying it's different because it's different situations you're naming. But the total outcome is, yeah, both sides lack integrity. Both are homewreckers. You have to include that.
So there's still no difference. So,
but it's still a different situation.
But don't forget, integrity is a word that we use when we're talking about stability and the strength of things. So it really depends on how you built your relationship, whether it's
and let's just be clear. Let's not pretend that women, when I'm talking about the individual here, let's not pretend that women who target married men aren't frowned upon within the female community. They get a bad reputation. They're frowned upon.
Exactly.
We all know that.
Right.
Absolutely. You get a reputation for that shit. And you come around, listen, a woman like that comes around a bunch of married women and they know that hoe don't stand a chance in that room.
That's facts. We see all type of movies like that.
But do you know why? That she doesn't stand a chance. Not because, and this is my opinion.
Because they know their husband cheats.
Thank you. I was about to say that. It's more about the husband than it is the woman. So that's why I'm trying to understand why the target is on her and not.
It is what it is.
They know them niggas.
Exactly.
That is cap because still nobody wants to. Nobody wants to deal with that situation. That's why. That's just cap.
Right? Because why else would you even have to deal with the situation if you don't believe if you fully trusted your husband wasn't going to fall into the trap? Then what's the big deal?
Because from personal experience,
no woman wants some
exactly, Vic.
Around
exactly. I haven't learned nothing from y'all and social media is that there are a lot of men who are so clueless about the way women are. Let me tell you something. Tons of women are sleeping with husbands, including married women, single women. Like these things are normal things. You don't when you know that a female in your crew or somebody that you know or someone that you associate with is sleeping with married men, you don't like they exist. That's not like something where you're like, oh, we're not going to associate.
We know that.
No. That don't work. That's bad because we all have been.
Why doesn't it?
Because we all the males on this Zoom, on this podcast have been through this where a slutty chick could come around or a little thought chick and your chick could be like, man, I don't want that bitch better not come around you or something like that.
Even though we doesn't have any friends that's slutted out. How you think the other chick became slutted out? Because
what I'm telling you from personal experience, if a hoish chick comes around with a chick who's with her man, a chick will be like, I don't want that hoish bitch around my dude. A girl have told me that many times. Don't let that bloody bitch say something to you.
But why not?
It doesn't have to do with her trusting me, because I clean record. Black men don't cheat. She don't trust him because at the same time, you can trust your husband or your man 100%, but you still don't want that thought coming around popping pussy around your man.
Once any chick in your neighborhood, in your community got a reputation for being loose, that bitch come around, the wives, she getting a side eye. Period.
Facts, comments, all that. Side eye, rude comments, all that shit.
No different than when a man is known as a cocksman.
Let me tell y'all something.
And he be
if your woman got at least 2 friends, one of them is flooded out. Y'all just don't know it.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then, Chris and Victor, because it's interesting that y'all said it. So what about the men who go to the strip clubs all the time? You run the most hoes then.
Those is professionals though. That's a little different.
But they're
different.
They're the easiest ones to access.
You talking about strippers? That's different.
One to access for sex.
That you can't just walk in. That's different. You can't just walk in a club and fuck a stripper on the stage. That's different between having a.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, Chris.
On the stage. I said fuck a stripper on the stage. I didn't say the back room.
Okay.
I didn't say the back room.
Maybe not the stage, but in the VIP room.
That's still different. Y'all still comparing apples and oranges. Y'all comparing going to a strip club.
So different.
Are you around hoes?
Let me keep it 100, right? If I was going to the strip club twice a month, my lady would absolutely have a problem with that.
That's fact.
Fucking 100%. 100%.
That's fact.
I think every marriage, because I would not have a problem with that.
Yes. Yeah.
My chick would be saying we going to the strip club together.
You said you wouldn't have a problem with that.
It's been times that I didn't want to the strip club 6, 7
I would not. No, I would not.
Your husband went to the strip club twice a month religiously. You have no problem with that.
That's not something that would bother me. And
but to be bother me.
I'll call him in here right now. But on the flip side too, I go to the strip club with my husband. He's not a guy that goes a lot, but when he goes, he tells me. That's not something that he has to lie about, or he tells me.
Right, and me neither. So for instance, if my homies were gonna go watch the fight, and we going, because a lot of times that's the only place that shows the fights out here. They don't show them in bars no more. But if you go to Scores, they show the fights. And I'm like, yo, we going over here? I ain't got a problem with that. But if I did that shit every other week, or my lady probably would have a problem with that. I'm just keeping it 100.
Vic, look, if I post 3 pictures on Facebook right now and one chick heart my 3 photos and leave a comment, I guarantee I'm going to get a text saying, I see that little bitch all over you, blah, blah, blah. Women are like that. I don't know what you and Eric are trying to talk about. Women are territorial. Let's get this straight. They are territorial. So if a thought little chick come around and they know their little thought shit, they know they got a record and how they get down. Yeah, they're gonna meet them with
the thing is that D obviously you different.
That's very different.
I think you're very fucking different. I think you're not the average chick.
I think all the women listening to this right now gonna be like, yeah,
I say that as a compliment.
I guarantee. Leave comments.
No,
leave comments, women.
You'll be surprised that most women think like Dion do.
Women, leave comments and let us know what you do.
I'm
you know how many friends I had that when we was going to the strip club had to lie and do all sorts of shit.
Yeah, but they might not have to. That's the thing. They might not have to. I think a lot of times
they might not have to because their chicks were fucking super overprotective.
I'm telling you, chicks is territorial. But look.
I mean, we can go down the rabbit hole with that because
exactly,
if you gotta lie about something like that, then maybe you gotta reconsider whether you should be married. But that's
and it's not about that's a whole other situation. But look, women, if you're watching this, I want you to comment on if Tatiana came around your man, how would you react? Would you just like, nah, nothing is, or would you give a side eye and be like, I wish this bitch would?
Saying that, but I feel like I am like in my big voice. Context matters. Y'all saying that as if the woman got a huge. Okay, maybe she has a problem with the woman, but the real issue is not the woman. It's the man, because she know the woman can't make you do something that you don't want to do.
I just want women to comment. If Tatiana come around your man, how would you react? Just leave comments. Let us know if you gonna react like the way we say you are. Or we gonna react the way these say you are. You gonna be cool, calm, and collect.
I'm speaking from experience, from what I have seen.
That's
what
I'm talking
witnessed. About. I'm not assuming anything. I've seen these things.
Been through this.
And I'm telling you also from experience, I have seen it on both sides, but I have probably seen it a lot like Dion is saying, where a lot of women, they don't really give a fuck about shit like that.
Well, women, let us know. But other than that, we got a motherfucking podcast to get to. It is Friday night. We got the tequila going. It's hot summer nights. The fucking air is hot. It is sticky in this motherfucker. I need to turn the AC on. What's going on with y'all? Cheers up.
What the fuck is the air?
Cheers.
Oh, you heard that, the AC? That's some ghetto shit. But you understood, right? But you understood. You with the Arrogant Underdogs podcast. You got Dion, the motherfucking MVP. You got Eric, a.k.a. Reverend No Good, a.k.a. Bootsy. You got my man Hollywood Vic and myself, Chris G. What's going on with you motherfuckers? I curse too much. I say that all the time.
That's all right.
I curse too much. You know what? I curse a lot and I piss people off a lot. I do those two things. I curse a lot and I piss people off. And I smoke a lot. That's three. Everybody listen like, hell yeah. He pissed me off all the time. Hell yeah, mean ass. What you talk about? They be calling me mean ass Geminis and shit.
Piss the people off who allow you to piss them off. So.
Well, you know, hey, I do have a skill. I admit. So I
He's a professional. Alex, he's a
professional. That is true. That is fact.
He's got a license. He's got a license.
You are a general in assholemanship, then you can't
Pause.
be faded.
Pause.
Pause for what?
We just want everybody to know that this podcast, this episode is sponsored by marijuana. This is a marijuana loving episode. Go weed. I'm in my pro weed mode. My bad, y'all.
Oh man,
y'all crazy.
And I re-up this afternoon on some Bio Jesus. That shit.
Oh shit.
Got some more of that Jesus.
I'm about to say you smoking that Jesus over there.
They named weed after Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, Bio, see, that's such a nasty name, Bio Jesus. That I'm not religious, but I don't like Bio Jesus.
I know that seems a little awkward.
It shows smoke great, bro. Shows smoke great.
There's no sanctity.
Bio Jesus.
I don't call it Jesus. It's Jesus.
Eric smoking that Jesus pack. You going to hell, bro?
Well, you know.
Why you condemn him to hell just because he's smoking?
I don't believe in hell. I'm just saying he's going
to a place that I don't believe exists. So I mean, it doesn't matter.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of hell, did y'all catch that Bobby Brown?
Man,
that Bobby Brown G-Sweat versus?
That shit was
trash. It was pretty good. Why are you saying it's trash? What did you expect from the verses? They're all different. The first of all, they're older. I'm like, what did you expect them to do?
This is what I'm upset about. I'm upset at Bobby Brown's play selection.
He should have had his own DJ there.
Maybe not the play selection, the order in which they played the songs. Yeah. He waited until he already lost to play his best song. That was
he should have had his old DJ there, Eric. I don't like the one DJ in both parties. I don't like that. Have your own
But
DJ,
they
have your
give him
song
a
straight away.
playlist. But they give him a playlist.
Yeah, he
It's
should
not the
have.
DJ's fault. They give him a playlist. He just goes by the playlist.
Yeah,
But I
not
feel
the
like if you
DJ's
got your
fault.
own DJ, that y'all playlists will be more worked out and
Yeah,
structured and.
Listen, they got that was a low budget versus.
Well, they
It
also
wasn't-
put it.
practice none of them goddamn.
They also
songs.
put it together. Didn't they put it together sort of as an impromptu thing? Because
Oh,
It did see, yeah, I think it was
they
like a
were both
surprise
at the Essence
versus.
Festival. So it is. People were joking about it, but it's very possible that they couldn't get.
Well, he
credit for some of those
sure
songs.
play all of fucking Keith Sweat's best songs.
Then he shouldn't have done it then. If you can't go in there, listen, this is a versus. You're getting a chance to be in front of hundreds of thousands of people. If you're gonna go in there and half-ass it, then that's just your fucking problem.
And
When you got these other verses where they're going all out, guest
That's
appearances.
facts.
You
That's
had
facts.
who was it? Soldier Boy and
the best,
Bow Wow. They got
exactly.
guest appearances.
The best
They got-
verses ever.
You can't put on one verses.
Look,
You can't
stop.
put on one verses where it's a fucking show. and
Live
they got
show,
cameos
exactly.
And features, and then you follow it up with that shit.
Stop giving me a reason to pick on old people. I just want to
But
stop
I
giving
think
me
the
a
point is
reason.
for them
Oh
to
my
give
God.
exposure. The whole point is to give
Fucking God.
exposure to different genres, or different age groups and different generations. So we're not gonna like all of them. Some of them are just
But
not gonna appeal to everybody.
They gotta set that up better. I feel like even if you're gonna rush something, have a surprise, you can't do it with two old people like that. It's just having them sit there and be all extra cool and sing. Man, I see Soulja Boy and Bow Wow playing X-Men song.
Time out.
All that
Hold up,
relaxing,
Chris. Hold up,
and
Chris.
man, that's
Hold on.
fine.
I'm tired of your fucking old
I
people
was asleep.
shit,
I was
bro.
like,
Show
fuck,
your
man. I was
fucking
falling
role.
asleep. This
Because
shit,
that Earth, Wind, and Fire shit and Isley's was fire. That was dope. And it was,
it was okay.
done.
It was okay. It
Well
was okay.
done.
But it has to be very well done.
is-
You're right. You have to. It has to be
But
very
it was well done. It was
Right.
besides Steve Harvey over talking every 2 minutes.
Yeah, he
But
had to go.
It was well done. It's in the production. The production was trash. It's just that they didn't spend any time on it. They didn't really work on it. They just threw that shit out there and said, "Fuck it, let's just give these old fuckers their moment and get them out of there."
Also, we gotta look at the fact that it's Bobby Brown, man. He's always showed up late. He's always been that fucking artist who don't fucking practice the routine.
That's a good point.
I was trying to be nice, man.
But what did they expect? They gonna give Bobby Brown an impromptu versus? Really? This
Eric, they
motherfucker
had to give his
ain't
medicine.
singing.
They should have gave him crack, Eric. Fuck, I didn't want to say it. They should have let him hit the rock. They should have let him hit the rock, and he would have put on the best performance ever. My bad. I didn't want to say it. Fuck. He's my asshole. I didn't want to say this.
Motherfucker ain't saw my prerogative since fucking 2018.
Oh my!
He was out of breath. He was in bad condition. We needed Bobby in crack condition to put on a great show. Then he would have had him working. I'm sorry. That was wrong to say.
So this
I apologize,
motherfucker
Bobby.
said they
That was
should have
wrong
let
to
him
say.
hit the rock.
But they should have. They should have. I'm sorry. I don't want to see certain artists. I don't want to see sober.
Yeah, no, we want to see him sober.
So just for the night. I'm sorry. Damn. Fuck. That's right. You're right, Dion. You're right.
Speaking, let me switch this up because we wilded. Speaking of verses, so y'all see Nori? Y'all see Nori talking shit to Beanie and trying to certify?
Speaking of another smoker, but yeah,
he's getting greasy.
He's saying Beans ain't got no hits.
It's all in fun though. It's all in fun.
He's saying Beans ain't got no hits. He's saying he want to give revenge for Beans disrespecting Jay-Z. He talking shit. He said he was Slaughter Beans.
That's the only part I didn't like. That's the only part I didn't like.
Yeah, you could have left Hov out of it, but
I think they
could have
both
left
had
Hov out of
hits,
it.
They
but I
don't need
don't know that
nobody
they can do it
protecting
full
him.
Can't do
What
it
is
full
he talking
versus.
about?
I think it'll be a lot closer than people think, though.
A lot closer than people think.
Yeah, but do they each have 20 songs that people outside of the New York, Philadelphia area know?
No,
I don't think so.
they don't.
Noreaga got reggaeton. He got a cheat code. He got reggaeton. So that's cheat code. He created fucking reggaeton.
Yeah, I think you got to be from like Philly, New York, New Jersey to even be able to watch it.
It's gonna be a New York Philly versus. It's gonna be motherfuckers in the West Coast like fuck you cats.
You know what though? The only thing that's gonna save Beans is he got a bunch of songs with
Jay-Z.
Yep. So like the production gonna be crazy on them songs. So a couple of them songs you know, because they ain't doing it but just spitting a verse anyway. Why
Bro,
they ain't doing
listen.
no song?
So people are sleeping on Beans. First of all, Beans got the rock collection. That's those first 2 albums.
Catalog is a beast.
Beans got shit that'll body up in the club.
That's my shit.
That shit right there. He's bodying shit like that.
And that bitch.
Right?
Yeah, between Rockefeller and State Property. Yeah, between Rockefeller and State Property, he got a lot of hits.
Property shit.
He got a lot of hits.
So Beans got, let me tell you, Beans got some shit, and he got some collabs too, different types of collabs.
Yeah, the collabs.
Well, OG Beans, stop being a scary ass and accept that goddamn verses. Accept that shit.
Just doing it for publicity.
Nah, they gonna do it. They gonna do it.
Like
Beans gonna
Of
do it.
course, he's selling it. Of course.
Yeah, but you think Swiss and Timbo do it
Build it
though?
up.
You think that Swiss and Timbo actually do it? I don't think so.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think here's the thing: Nori can get it. Nori can do it because Nori, it's about relevancy.
Yeah, he's popular right now. Right.
So Nori's been popping. You know, he got drink champs, he's popping. So Nori's, it's about the matchup. If they don't like the matchup, because Beans ain't been out there, he's not.
That's just the problem. That's the problem.
I heard them floating that with what they think. I don't think this would be a better matchup. I think Nori will get roasted. But they were talking about Nori and Cameron would be a better matchup.
Nah, Cam will kill.
And I was like,
yeah,
Cam will murder him. But I think Cam should be up because Cam will sell that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's the problem. Yeah, Beans too.
Out there with the dip set, and Cam should get his. They should find somebody for Cam. I think that would be the next
period.
But the one thing that Beans got in his back pocket is Beans is going to be able to get the people to come on the stage and feature with him. It's going to move a little bit more than Nori would. Nori got a lot of songs, but a lot of the songs he featured with aren't with big artists. But if Beans pop up on the stage with
let me tell you a secret. He got a motherfucking song with Drake and Wayne. He got a song with Drake and Wayne. Look, that's where Soulja Boy fucked up at. Drake said if Soulja Boy would have invited him, he would have came and performed. Imagine any artist getting Drake to perform for the first time. What? That's a huge win for Nori if he could pull that off. Especially if you get the goat up there. That's a whole other subject.
I don't think Nori can pull Drake. I don't think Nori can pull Drake. Drake feels like he owes Soulja Boy.
But he has a drink cap. He has a drink chaps coming up too that they haven't released the date for him and Drake. So I mean, you never know.
It'll be crazy if they try to do the verses that same week.
Hey, I'm just saying. You get the ghost on there, but
I'd watch. That's for sure. I'd watch. Listen.
That's fast.
I always had a soft spot in my heart for Beans, man. I love fucking Beans. He's a bully. Beans was the shit back in the day, dog. Like, dudes didn't want to see him. He had a run like no other. He was your favorite. He was your favorite rapper, bro.
So straight up, who would y'all have winning, Nori or Beans?
I think Beans.
Shit, I don't know. I would have to go by Beans by one or two.
Keep it real. I like Nori's personality and who he is more than his music. Not to be a dick. I'm not a big Nori fan. Like, if you heard
that's what I'm saying. I don't think that they can. I don't think he has 20 hits.
Like when have you heard a Nori song and you were like, oh shit, you heard what he said? Rewind that. Never. No offense. Never. Beans? Oh shit, what was that?
Oh yeah, he's a lyricist. He's a way better rapper.
Fucking Beans a spitter, man. You crazy?
Who would you pick, Aaron?
Rolling with Beans. I think just looking at too many possibilities with the songs he's collaborating on. It's gonna be very familiar to everybody's ear.
Yeah.
I think his battles and his beef with Jada and that whole era took him to another level.
Whoever played Lil Wayne wins, hands down.
He's a dope. He got some dope songs. Period.
Don't do that.
I just don't think it's a good matchup. Period.
I mean, a lot of people know. You might be right. Yeah.
But Chris's obsession with Lil Wayne is weird.
It's an undercard.
Bad.
It's an undercard.
Yeah.
It's an undercard.
So the other person talking greasy is Scottie Pippen.
That nigga.
He's getting at Phil Jackson and Jordan and. But I didn't know this when I first heard it. He has a new bourbon coming out. He got a new book coming out. And
yeah.
Scottie kind of acting like a hoe because
I
feel like he ain't saying none of that shit to Jordan because now he started off with KD and he was going up, but basically he's been a LeBron fan. He's been going off on KD, but he didn't say nothing was Future smashed his wife. Now he talking all this shit about Jordan. But you ain't saying none of that shit to his face because you know Jordan to pop you in the mouth. Now you saying Phil Jackson was racist because he didn't give you the last shot of a game. It's like, come on, man. You kind of acting like a hoe. I would respect it if he said it in front of these dudes. But the little campaign he doing, he sound like a video vixen selling a book. Like he being a groupie right now.
I will say this. Low key, Phil Jackson is sus though. If you look at if you go back and look at the comments he be making and shit, low key, Phil Jackson is suck. But Scottie Pippen ain't been the same since Future beat his wife up. It's just that simple.
But to be fair, Scottie Pippen is also basically saying the way Dan Patrick asked the question made it sound like he was calling Phil Jackson a racist. And Scottie Pippen is saying it's not necessarily like that. The way he asked it, he was just answering the question and it came out like that. So
man. He capping D.
His response is, I'm just answering the questions y'all asking me. You wanted the headlines, you got them. You should dig deeper and find out why I actually said what I said instead of framing your questions to get clicks.
Now see if somebody
thinks people are overreacting.
If somebody asks me, do you dislike Eric? And I'll be like, yeah, fuck Eric. Man, what you mean? I still said the shit. He didn't ask it a certain way. He didn't have to respond. Now, nothing he asked should have made him respond to say Phil Jackson was racist and chose white boy for the last shot.
Unless he really believed it.
He knows what the fuck he's doing. He's trendy. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's got a book coming out. He's got a bourbon coming out. His publicist told him, yo, you got to get out there. You got to get shit cracking.
But if Dan Patrick didn't ask him if he thought he was racist, he would have never answered the question, right? Like if he didn't ask him, it's not like he's doing a tour to volunteer this information. He's promoting his book, things that he said in the book.
He could have said no, though, Dion. He could have said no,
unless
though,
he really believes it. If he really believes that, why would he say no? I mean, maybe it's true.
But if you ask me a question, right, and I say yes, right? If you say, yo, is fucking Chris a fucking asshole? Do you hate Chris? And I'd be like, yeah, I hate that motherfucker. And then after that, they're like, yo, you, and they're like, well, that's not my fault the way you asked me. If I said I hate the motherfucker, that's on me. The media is going to media. Like, we need to stop blaming the media at this point. Like, the media is going to media. Like, they have one
I agree with
job.
that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Flipping so that they can get clicks. We already know this. So we
got to stop blaming the media. If that's the case, if he really feels this way, then why is everybody in a tizzy about him coming out?
Dion, if it was an isolated incident and it was just that, okay, maybe it's not him clout chasing. But the fact that you're coming from hot take after hot take after hot take after hot take, and you have a book coming out, it's a clear pattern of what's going on. You're saying outrageous stuff to get promotion to sell a book. That's what I'm saying. 1 + 1 = 2. It's like if he didn't have all that other stuff going on, then I would understand.
Dion, here's why. Here's why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if he would have said Phil Jackson's a racist because of the comments that he would make, because the way he talked about our clothes, our culture, and how he had a disdain for our fucking culture low key and the comments he used to make, that's one thing. But he didn't say he was racist because he let Kukoc take the game-winning fucking shot when Kukoc was a better shooter.
A better shooter.
That's why he's a fucking moron. It's not the what, it's the how. He ain't a racist because he let Kukoc shoot the damn ball. You moron. Kukoc is a better shooter than you, big guy. That's just a fact. It's just the way he went about it was clownish. That's simple.
And he said Jordan was selfish for going to play baseball. Bruh, I know some people going to say, well, Pippen would never, Jordan would never get rings without Scottie. That motherfucker Jordan got you 6 rings. I'm sorry, Batman. I'm sorry, Robin, sidekick. What the fuck is you talking about? You going against all these people making loud, trendy noises, people that you benefited from. This motherfucker got you 6 rings. You know what? I wish Jordan slapped the shit out of Scottie. I ain't gonna lie.
He comes off bitter asshole. It's that simple. He comes off super bitter.
He does.
It's that simple.
It's something very, very sassy and feminine about the way Scottie Pippen is moving. And I had to think about which words to say because I don't want to offend nobody. But it's very sassy and feminine the way he's moving right now. But I get it. He's selling the book, so.
Sassy Pippen.
All right.
Ah, Sassy Pippen. Vic, you finally got one. You finally got one, Vic, Sassy Pippen. Shit, that might be the episode title.
Well, we do have to talk about another sport, track and field, this week. It came out that Sha'Carri Richardson failed.
Black fist in the air for Sha'Carri. I love you, baby.
She failed a drug test. She popped for weed. And so she is suspended for a month. She can come back July 27th, which means she won't make the 100-yard race, but she will be back in time. If she's on the relay team, she'll be able to participate in the relay race.
Who wants to start this off?
Right.
Because y'all know I've been against
the thing. There's a lot of people who think that it's bullshit,
I don't think you're ever going to stop. I don't think we're going to get a word in. So
a lot of people think it's bullshit. The biggest issue that I have with the way that people respond to it is because I feel like people think that you can't have two things true at the same time. It can be true that the rule is stupid, but it's also true that she knew the rule when she went into it, and you got to take responsibility for that. Both of those things can be true at the same time. Because
that can be true.
I don't understand why people are in such a tizzy. Like, you got to let her run. You don't have to let her run.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. The problem is that some people of color, black and brown, look at it as like, damn girl, you fumbled the bag. You was about to be, let me say, the hundreds in the Olympics is the show. That's the show. The 100-meter is the show. That's the one Carl Lewis ran. All the top speedsters run. That's the show. So she was about to be on the world stage. The entire fucking world was about to watch her, and it was a huge opportunity. So in that respect, yes, the bag was fumbled. Now you could say she's only 21. This happened with her parents. All that, they could both be true. Is the IOC stupid for banning weed? Fucking yes. But just until recently, every sport banned weed. All of them. The only one that don't ban weed anymore, I think, is the NBA, and they're the most liberal out of all the leagues. I believe the NFL is just now like
baseball. I think it's baseball too.
Baseball, but these are all within the last 24 months.
It's all new. But let me ask you guys a question. Let me play devil's advocate here, right? So I read an article where the IOC is basically saying that it's not they don't necessarily think that weed is a performance enhancing drug. What it violates is a rule that says that you can't use anything that's performance enhancing or something that basically alters your body, your mind and your body. So the thought process here is that you want all athletes on the same playing level for the most part. You want natural bodies. So if in fact that's the case, no one's saying that it's going to make her better. The point is you don't want any athletes with anything in their system to start the race. Isn't that worth making sure that everyone's
is this coming from the IOC?
Is what coming from? No, I'm asking you. Doesn't it make sense to have everybody on the same playing field?
Yes, that makes sense. The thing about the Olympics is this. The Olympics has always been the harshest out of everything because it's supposed to be the most purest sporting event. You're putting people from all over the world to competing. So it's supposed to be the most strictest out of everyone. However, it is 2021, and they need to fucking look at shit differently.
Okay.
It's just that simple.
Here's the definition. So the rules must follow because it has to meet 3 criteria. It can't pose a health risk to the athlete. It has the potential to enhance performance, or it violates the spirit of the sport. So the idea, you're laughing, but the idea behind that is for all athletes to be on the same playing field.
This is my problem. No athlete is going to be on the same playing field as the next athlete. Each body is different. each body creates more
Hey,
adrenaline in each
hold
body.
on.
So no,
In respect
let
to
me
the
finish because
supplements
I haven't got to chance to speak yet. They are not. There's no way to make athletes like robots where every single body is the same. That's number one. Two, weed. I've been smoking weed for a long time. I don't know about Eric. I don't know about Vic. I don't know about you, Dion. I've never smoked some weed and got faster. I never smoked some weed and got stronger. I never smoked some weed in a wound healed like that. So whatever they're trying to base and sound politically correct on is bullshit. It's 2021. You should not be banning an elite Olympic athlete such as herself from this damn competition for some weed. Now, I've already been on the Olympics head. I've said that we should boycott the Olympics in Tokyo because I fear they're targeting black people. And this is just another aspect for me. I think the problem is it's not the rules being broken. I don't think it's particularly about the rules like everybody's making it seem. I think this athlete is whooping ass. She's wearing weave, long eyelashes. She's black and has tattoos, and she talk like she hood, and she's from the hood, so it's a problem. That's what I'm saying. And I think all this rule stuff is straight capping. The fact that they're going into detail on marijuana like this, like it's some wonder drug that affects the body. I'm sorry,
That's what I'm trying to say to you. I don't think that it has anything to do with anyone thinking that it's going to enhance her performance or make her run faster. It is a rule that they have, and she went into it knowing that's a rule that they have. So why would we expect that she doesn't have to follow the rules? If everyone else, okay, so if you have 10,000 athletes, and it probably is legitimately 10,000 athletes, right? And all of them have worked for the past 12 years just to get to this point, and most of them have made a conscious decision not to use drugs because it violates them, then why do we now want to say it's stupid and she should just be, they shouldn't have dug this far when 9,900 others made the conscious decision not to do it, to follow the rules? Other people might have wanted to do it and they chose not to. So why does she get to be treated different?
So I want to say something. I haven't said anything yet about this subject, but what I do want to say is that one thing about athletes, sometimes with athletes, a thing that I hate is that, especially collegiate athletes, a lot of times they think they got to beat on the test.
That's fact.
As a former collegian, sometimes we feel like, oh, they just tested 400 people yesterday on our team. Ain't no way in hell they gonna test us for another week or two. I'm gonna hit the blunt once or twice and that'll make me feel all right. Maybe I can give me some sleep. All right, that's one thing. The other thing is when it comes to the Olympics in general and weed, the reason why they're never going to legalize weed across the entire spectrum of the Olympics, because there are like 206 countries and only like 25 of them countries are where marijuana is legal. So in most of those countries, they look at weed as completely illegal. So of course they're never going to fucking agree that the athletes should be able to use marijuana. So that's something
on that part.
So that's
one day it's going to be legal. One day.
I seriously doubt that.
The Olympics is different.
Not
the
on
Olympics
that
are different.
I disagree.
The Olympics is not about the United States.
When we talk about
the world, global.
Yes, when we talk about the NFL, you guys made a lot of references to the NFL, the NBA, and all that. Those are American sports. We're talking world sports. So that would never probably ever be on the table to allow us to come in under the influence of marijuana or have used it or is in our bloodstream, whatever. Because we both know that marijuana can help somebody sleep. So now if you look at one athlete who they got to go through the hustle and bustle every day and meetings and everything, and he's having a hard time getting to sleep, but the next month,
oh shit! Oh Lord, I knew you was gonna say that.
It's an advantage. It's an advantage.
Did you just say they got a sleeping advantage?
I get to take sedatives and you don't.
Oh my gosh!
I get to take sedatives and you don't.
They gonna drink some alcohol and get drunk and get sleep. What are you talking about? I can't let you say that, Eric.
I get to take sedatives.
Yeah, hold on.
That'll never be legal across the whole country.
Bottom line is this. The Olympics, it's global. It's about the world. you're using American sensibilities where in the United States, weed is being decriminalized everywhere. But you're not in fucking Germany. You're not in Spain. You're not. You know how many fucking different.
When we was in Germany at the Olympics, they had Nazi symbols and swastikas all up. So I don't want to hear
There's only one country. There's only one country in the entire continent of Africa where marijuana is legal.
I want to point out that Tokyo Olympics, they're singling out black people. They just did this situation with Sha'Carri with this damn weed test, which is ridiculous. They're targeting people with these damn afro caps. They're targeting people with Black Lives Matter. So look, I'm just saying, I've already been suspecting the Tokyo Olympics of being a little racist, and they just keep doing things that add racist.
You keep saying this stuff. All of these things have been around in the rules for the IOC way before just this Olympics. This stuff has been around for a long, long time.
I get that.
They don't like when we talk about the Olympics, it's not something that just showed up just this year. Their rule book has been around for decades.
They add on to it too. They add on to it. So they add verbiage such as you can't kneel. They do add verbiage to it. Now, one thing you said is can you do both things where you can think it's a stupid rule and hold her accountable? Yeah, she shouldn't have smoked weed. So what? But all that other shit I'm seeing, I still feel the way I feel about the Olympics being racist. Maybe you guys don't. A lot of people don't, but I do. I think certain actions they're taking is making it obvious. And T.I. said something, and maybe T.I. is not the best person to poll right now, but T.I. made a video saying, if you add up everything that's doing right now, including the Sha'Carri situation, it's obvious that they do not want us to be at the Olympics. And
I think T.I. has integrity.
No.
Okay. Fuck T.I. then. Next topic.
You can still take. You can still use that information.
Wow.
You can still. Yeah. You just that was a cop out. Fuck T.I. What he still said was better.
You called on him in another take, and now you want to reference him. Get out of here with that.
Yeah, and T.I. said something that I agree with. Of course, I'm a reference. And another thing is, it's not just the IOC and the Olympics I have a problem with. What I have a problem with is these loser motherfuckers that keep saying, they're hurting our community. They're making black people look bad. First of all, an athlete smoking weed, people have been saying that. People have been saying that weed is ruining our generation. And this is what's fucking up our generation. People have also been saying, yes, you have seen people say that because we were on a post about it. We were on the Facebook groups. We was on a post about it.
That's not what comments are being
made. And look, hold on, I'm not done yet. I've seen other comments saying, why should we support her? She wants weed. She doesn't want to be an athlete. Why her dumb ass mess up the bag?
You're talking about me or Vic? Because I definitely don't think.
Not y'all. I'm talking about people.
I know what he's talking about. The comment said specifically, I wish people would understand that you can't just fucking smoke weed whenever the fuck you want.
I didn't see that.
That was not the post. That's not the post that was posted.
That's what it was.
That was not. And that was one of the many. That's different.
Here's my point. If Michael fucking Phelps gets suspended, who is white and the poster boy,
2008.
Doesn't matter. The rules were the same.
12 years ago. 13 years ago.
The rules were the same.
The laws were not. 13 years ago. They should adapt. I'm sorry. 13 years ago.
Anyway, let me finish. The rules were the fucking same. There were no difference. So it doesn't matter. The rules were the same. Michael Phelps got whacked, and he didn't even test positive. He merely took a picture, lost sponsors.
That's merely that's nothing. He took a picture.
Let me finish. Let me finish. But he never tested positive.
What?
But he didn't test positive.
He's on Kellogg's commercials. If he's on Kellogg's fucking boxes, you can't just sit there with a weed
finish.
In 2008. In 2008.
Let me finish. It's a reason to lose sponsors because that's marketing. But it was after the Olympics had finished, and they still banned him.
It was
Bottom line is
2008.
it doesn't
That
fucking
matters.
matter.
That has to matter.
I see what Vic is saying. It was the same.
If
They're
marijuana
governed
was
by the
looked
same
down
rules.
upon, and there was a lot more strict back there, it's nothing
2008.
to compare
The
Michael Phelps
rules
to that
were
situation.
the same. Anyway, let me finish my point. If Michael Phelps could get it, at the time he was the most celebrated in the entire fucking galaxy. The most celebrated Olympian of all time could get whacked. Bro, get the fuck out of here with Sha'Carri already.
2008.
She got popped.
2008. So you're saying just because a white guy got hit for that one got here? It wasn't
The
the thing.
rules.
The way weed smoking was
The
looked
rules are the
at
same. You
was
couldn't
completely different
smoke
too.
weed then either.
Like up here, the weed smoking, you look at weed smokers on athletes.
Which takes me back to the question that I asked you guys earlier, because with Michael Phelps, clearly he didn't. That wasn't because of performance enhancing, because he didn't test positive. So it had
a bad look.
Because it had a lot to do with the fact that he violated the rule, that it wasn't in the spirit of the game. So that's why I asked the question, is because sometimes it's not, everyone keeps saying, well, it's the whole performance enhancing thing, but that's not really what it is. They have the rule in place for a reason, and everybody got to follow it. I don't understand why you think that's a racist thing.
I just know I bet not see none of you motherfuckers on the 4th of July in your stars and stripes. I hate seeing my people wearing the American flag. It should just no annoy.
Why? Why? Chris,
I don't like seeing.
Why?
I don't like seeing black people represent the American flag. I don't.
But can I ask you a question? Because I'm gonna keep it real with you. I know a lot of black people who fucking love this country and they're successful as fuck, and they're happy and they're barbecuing like a motherfucker playing music.
What about the rest of their people?
Doing good. Huh?
What about the rest of their people?
That's okay, but so you're asking someone to not
to care about
celebrate their success, to care about other people. That's a lot to ask.
I think it's selfish for black people to represent a flag that has slaughtered, abused, continue to abuse, and target their particular race. That's why I think it's very disrespectful. And of course, there's selfish people out there that don't give a fuck about nobody else but the people in their house. Of course, they have every right to be. But I'm not one of those people. I care about black people.
I think for me personally, we don't really celebrate the 4th. We kind of on the Juneteenth thing now. I think that if America,
you barbecuing, you barbecuing.
No, actually we're not. I think I think that if America.
So you ain't going to a barbecue on the 4th, Chris?
Oh, absolutely. I just won't be wearing no stars and stripes.
I think that if America creates
be clear.
My mama barbecuing, of course I'm going. Shit. What? I know I'm into Christian. I'm into it all the time. Goddamn. Shit.
I celebrate once they create a constitution that's more inclusive of the people that look like me. Then
like a bear? I'm just playing here. Rights for bears around this motherfucker. I feel you.
Yeah, right.
You're like a bear.
But if they did that, now it'd probably be more inclusive. But I don't really feel comfortable with being overly celebratory. So you definitely won't see me no motherfucking stars and stripes.
No, that's all I'm saying. No stars and stripes. Enjoy your barbecue, whatever. Drink your drink. Have a good time with your family. Just don't wear no stars and stripes. That's all I'm saying. Shit. Especially no stars. D.
Hey man, the way I see it, first of all, I don't. That ain't me. That's never been me anyway. 15, 20 years ago, that wasn't me. Not just now. But everybody got to do whatever they fucking feel is right in their life, man. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family. Do what the fuck you got to do. Just be
safe with it. Yeah, and just be safe with it. Have fun, of course. Pop your fireworks, smoke your weed, drink your drink, spend time with your family. I ain't on that. None of that stars and stripes shit though.
It be too hot out that motherfucker, man.
I'm lying. I'm gonna have my American flag boxers on, nigga, American flag white beater, all that shit. I'm lying. Don't take me serious, y'all.
What the fuck,
Please hit the like button, subscribe.
Is that a Budweiser shirt you got on right now?
You know what I'm saying? I'm a man to get a fuck today.
That's damn near as American as it comes.
I stole this shirt. Don't tell nobody.
You got your white boy shirt on today. What the fuck wrong with you?
I'm such a hypocrite. Shout out, y'all.
Meanwhile,
Like, subscribe, and share. Keep them views up.